Well, good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the magnificent Barony Hall on this special day, a day of celebration for you, our graduates, and your families and friends and supporters. We're delighted to be joined here today for this ceremony by people from across Scotland, across the UK, and indeed across the world on what is one of the most important and indeed enjoyable days in the university calendar. Now, in a short while, each of our graduates will, when their name is called out, be invited to come up onto the stage where I will cap them, thereby conferring them with a degree. This is an ancient, public and symbolic rite of passage and a mark of achievement, a proud tradition stretching back to the Enlightenment when Strathclyde was founded. And upon being capped, our graduates will become graduates of this great university. Once I have awarded all the degrees, I will then take the opportunity to tell you just a little bit more about our university, our heritage, and the role we're playing in the world today. Once the ceremony is finished, you're invited to join us for refreshments at a reception in our Learning and Teaching building up the top of the hill. But before we begin, let me just say this to you. Please savor this moment. And to the families and friends gathered here, do not hold back in showing your appreciation for our graduates. Do enjoy this ceremony, which I now declare formally open. I now invite Professor David Hillier to present to you our students.
My Lord and Chancellor, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Accounting and Finance, Chen Chen. Partha Protim Roy. Richard Kojo Tawia. For research in the Department of Economics, Latif Olawale Akani. Wanlope Kumpredith. For the degree of Master of Science in Finance, Khalid Ibrahim Saleh Harib Al-Hashami. Pratik Jasnani. Amrit Kaur. Shakshi Pradeep Kumar Karga. Varsha Nataraj Angadi. Ankit Padmanav Palan. Ayushi Virendra Pandey. Aditya Sunil Sakpal. Anjani Shri Ram Sunkavelli. Neha Yadav. In Finance and Management, Nathan Thompson Cooper. Ben Lawson. Sue Hin Oscar Mock. Trang Hong Ngoin. Yuvraj Singh Rathore. Kumar Srijai. Han Wu. Kaidan Zheng. In financial technology, Oladele Arikawe Ajisola. Pranav Rajendra Chavan. In Nemesit Edidiong Essentia. J. Mukesh Kokra. In International Accounting and Finance, Ramkumar Gopalakrishnan. Ridi Milind Jaju. Kamya. Romika Kapoor. Ved Avinash Kolamka. Aditya Munjal. In Investment and Finance, Jayati Bali. Soham Sandeep Deshpande. Bhavana Rohit Gujar. Ross James Kelly. Sakshi Mahesh Pandey. Komal Jagannath Shetty. Sana Tariq. Ria Tyagi. In Economics and Policy of Energy and Climate Change, Alexander David Fraser. Chukwudi Emmanuel Michael. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Accounting, Ali Zain Ahmed. Catherine Elizabeth McCallum. Mark Gerard McGarvey. Christopher McLaughlin. Judith Morrow. Cameron McLaughlin Murphy. Jordan Robertson Nelson. Daniel Peter Norris. Lewis Matthew Shevlin. In Accounting and Business Law, Kayleigh English. Sania Gulzar. In Accounting and Finance, Yusuf Ali Saeed Alamri. Catherine Beth Armstrong. Michael Breslin. Adam Brown. Caitlin Buttery. Lara Calansley. Vary Elizabeth Clement. Christopher Dewsbury. Hannah Lucy Dixon. Craig John Donaldson. Molly Claire Durkin. Beth Jane Gull. Peter Allen Gibb. Isla Claire Grieve. Craig Hay. Brooke Lindsay. Ji Cheng Lo. Matthew Felix McMillan. Rebecca McMurray. Dylan Thomas Douglas Moody. Robert Ferrier Morgan. Martin Christopher Murchie. James O'Connor. Adam James Pascoe. Sophie Elizabeth Pollock. Lewis Andrew McGinley Scobie. Greg Scotland. Ross John Titler Thompson. Susan Tracy. Victoria Aaron Waddle. Lisa Katie Weir. Ross Wiley. In Accounting and Hospitality and Tourism Management, Morgan Murray. In Accounting and Mathematics and Statistics, Laura Irvin. Joel Hosey. In Finance, Abdulaziz Abdulrahman Al-Huzaymi. Blair Stewart Brown. Aidan Gilhooly. Natasha Herriot. Mahad Imran. Callum Ireland. Natalia Mariana Kodzira. Joe Lee Lai. Mitchell Marriott. Max Andrew McDade. Cara McVitie. Grace Medlock. Andrew William Melville. Fawaz Sharif. Robbie Wallace. Jingwei Wang. Abigail Sarah Wilson. In Finance and Business Analysis and Technology, Kieran Ogilvie. In Finance and Business Analysis and Technology with International Study, Ailey Zara Milligan. In Finance and Business Enterprise, Zach McIntosh El-Marif. Abby McGarr. In Finance and Business Law, Mai Juma Salim Al-Fatesi. In Finance and Economics, Dylan Curry. Mark Andrew Donnelly. Connor John Edwards. Innes Ross Middleton. Aidan Walsh. In Finance and Economics with International Study, Lewis George Thomas Elliott. In Finance and Hospitality and Tourism Management, Niamh Stewart. In Finance and Marketing, Syed Fahad Gilani. Siobhan Veronica May Hargreaves. Joshua William Harrison. Amy Marie Murray. Ross Allen Nesbitt. Olivia Pistor. Rachel Margaret Thompson. Rachel Watt. In Finance and Marketing with International Study, Naomi O'Brien. In Finance and Mathematics and Statistics, Alana Gray. Mariam Sattar. In Finance with International Study, Liam Gibb. In Economics, Annabel Grace Ballantyne. Ross Stewart Brown. Angus Colquhoun. Callum Davis Mosley. Aidan Drysdale. Lorcan Joseph Gray. Robert John Lowry. Joshua David Spencer Bowles. Ben Stephen. In Economics and Business Enterprise, Chiselum Ogonwa Ifezuliki. In Economics and Finance, Olivia Ahuluwaya. Jack William Houston. Rachel Elizabeth Stephen. Muram Elkider Ahmed Suleiman. Ewan Fraser Wheeler. In Economics and Marketing, Matthew Hanlon. In Economics with International Study, Ava Boyd. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Finance with International Study, Max Stewart MacDonald. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Accounting and Finance, Christina Brown.
Well, let me extend a warm welcome to you all once again on this special day, which marks the culmination of several years of hard work and dedication for our new graduates, as we can now call them. First and foremost, I'd like to join me in offering our heartfelt congratulations to our graduates of 2024 for their collective achievements and success with a round of applause. All of our graduates here today have shown great commitment, resilience, adaptability and determination to arrive at this day. You're graduating in a special year for Strathclyde, our Diamond Jubilee anniversary year, marking 60 years since the award of the Royal Charter by the late Queen Elizabeth II, which conferred university status on our institution. Through this Royal Charter, what was the Royal College of Science and Technology became the University of Strathclyde, the first university to be established in Scotland for almost 400 years, and Britain's very first technological university. For those of you graduating in the presence of your loved ones, this is a moment of great pride. Your family, friends and supporters have undoubtedly played a crucial role in your journey. So let's just take a moment to acknowledge and applaud them for the support they've given you. Likewise, our dedicated staff have worked tirelessly to provide you with an exceptional education and student experience, and your success reflects their commitment. Graduates, let's take a moment to show our gratitude and appreciation to them. Once this ceremony has concluded, we will leave the hall in an academic procession, signifying you're now full members of the Strathclyde academic community, which numbers almost 210,000 worldwide. As esteemed members of this community, you join a long line of alumni who've gone on to excel in their chosen fields. This includes not only notable names such as physician, missionary and explorer David Livingstone, television pioneer John Logie Baird, Lady Eilish Angiolini, former Lord Advocate for Scotland, and a former leader of the Scottish Conservative Party, Baroness Annabel Goldie, and entrepreneur, philanthropist and longtime supporter of Strathclyde, Sir Tom Hunter. But it also individuals such as computer science graduates, John G. Andrea, now the Senior Vice President of Machine Learning and AI Strategy at Apple, and Dr. Pauline Burt, Head of Data Science, Siri Assistant and Diction, also at Apple. Then there's teaching graduate Andy Roxburgh, OBE, former Scotland's men football team manager and now technical director of the Asian Football Confederation. Economics and social history graduate and a generous donor to Strathclyde, Dr. Leslie Stretch, former president and CEO of the software services company Medallia. Economic and finance graduate Anne Dovigan, senior vice president at Norwegian export finance company Exfin. And biochemistry and bioengineering graduate Dr. Mark Travers, global head of monitoring excellence at pharmaceutical firm Merck & Co. Now, Strathclyde was founded in 1796 during the Scottish Enlightenment through the bequest of Professor John Anderson, who believed in knowledge for all, for the greater good, and he wished to establish a place of useful learning. Well, we've continued to remain faithful to this founding principle, which continues to guide us today as we strive to make a positive impact on society and the world. We are a research-intensive university committed to creating new knowledge and understanding to tackle the challenges of our times. And through our groundbreaking research, we're contributing to a better world. And that's not just a self-aggrandizing claim. In the recent Research Excellence Framework 2021, the UK government system for assessing research quality, almost 90% of Strathclyde research was assessed as world-leading or internationally excellent. And Strathclyde also had the second highest impact quality profile in Scotland, demonstrating the effect that research has on everyday lives in the real world. Our research and our impact are wide-ranging. Our scientists and researchers are leading development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources, such as wind, solar, and hydrogen, that will power a future world and tackle climate change. We're developing new drugs, using new digital manufacturing processes, which will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney diseases, inflammatory diseases, while also helping our health services evolve to face the challenges of health and social care in the changing demographics of the 21st century. And through our focus on entrepreneurial education, Strathclyde Inspire, we're helping students and staff to create new businesses with sustainability in mind, which are creating jobs and supporting economic growth. We're leading the revitalisation of this part of the city through the Glasgow City Innovation District, which is bringing companies both large and small here to work together with the university to create new ideas, technologies and solutions to a range of problems across key research clusters: health tech, fintech, 5G, industrial informatics, space and quantum. And much of it is based within our Technology and Innovation Centre. In the near future, we'll be creating another innovation centre, named in honour of one of our most successful alumni, businessman Dr. Charles Hwang. He donated £50 million to Strathclyde, an extremely generous gift and our largest ever, given in recognition of the role that this university had in his personal success. £30 million of this gift will be used to transform the former Student Union building on John Street into a new key element of the university's Technology and Innovation Zone, allowing more businesses to co-locate with the university and improve productivity, develop world-class talent, research and technology, and accelerate inclusive economic growth. And the remainder of Charles' gift enabled us to create 2 new professorial chairs in international entrepreneurship and international innovation business, along with associated research assistants and PhD students, in honour of the late Professor Stephen Young, a pioneer in the field of marketing who helped establish Strathclyde's Department of Marketing and who was Dr. Hwang's PhD supervisor and mentor during his studies here. Further still, it's supporting an annual prize for an outstanding research paper for business idea and funding 5 merit scholarship awards each year, all in Professor Young's name, with an associated leadership programme put in place for each of the scholarship students. We're a major player in a second innovation district, the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District Scotland, near Glasgow Airport, which I visited recently with Jim MacDonald, where we operate the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility, which is helping to grow Scotland's manufacturing capabilities as part of the 4th Industrial Revolution, called Industry 4.0, which will see digitalisation, automation and artificial intelligence transform the sector and provide huge economic and employment opportunities. We're partners too in Medicine's Manufacturing Innovation Centre, operated by CPI, which sits across the road from the National Manufacturing Innovation Centre. And earlier this year, both NMIS and CPI opened a new digital process manufacturing centre in Irvine, North Ayrshire, which is offering training opportunities, cutting-edge digital demonstrators, and access to expert support on research and development. Strathclyde also works to inform public policy on national economic strategy, education, productivity and workplace strategies through our various research institutes. Through our Centre for Sustainable Development, our globally minded staff and students are working, co-creating solutions with our global partners across academia, civil society and the public and private sectors to secure real-world impact and to tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Indeed, earlier this month, the Times Educational Impact Rankings 2024 placed Strathclyde at joint 25th in the world out of 1,963 universities and 4th in the UK for our positive contribution to achieving the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. In pursuing our vision, we understand the value of successfully working in partnership with business, government and the third sector to make a difference. And we extend our global reach through academic partnerships with the like of Stanford, NYU, MIT, Caltech, Tsinghua, Nanyang Technological University and the National University of Singapore. And last month, we announced exciting initiatives to expand our teaching activities and later our research and innovation activities in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where in Riyadh we're partnering with Princess Noura bint Abdul Rahman University to upskill women in the kingdom in technology, engineering, science, business and humanities. As a university, we're continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus and student experience as evidenced by our new Strathclyde sport and learning and teaching buildings, and investing in health and well-being services, always putting our students at the heart of everything we do. Our progress and efforts in all of these areas have been greatly recognised in recent years with a whole host of awards. In 2019, we became the only university to win the Times Higher Education UK University of the Year twice, having first won in 2012. We've also been named Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year and Research Project of the Year in recent years. Strathclyde was named Scottish University of the Year 2024 and runner-up as the UK University of the Year in the inaugural Daily Mail University League tables. Alistair McCall, who compiled the rankings and was previously responsible for the Sunday Times Good University Guide and League Table, described Strathclyde, and I quote, "the epitome of a progressive 21st century university, seeking to shape and change society for the better through the pursuit of educational excellence and social change, and still a place of useful learning, just as it set out to be more than 200 years ago." And furthermore, in June, Strathclyde was named European Entrepreneurial University of the Year at the EEE Awards. And earlier this year, we collected our 4th Queen's Anniversary Prize, our 3rd consecutive prize, in recognition of our research, innovation and entrepreneurialism in photonics, the science of light. These awards reflect the quality and breadth of activities in our university across all faculties. And some of the highlights from this faculty, SBS, Strathclyde Business School, include SBS named among Europe's top 90 business schools in the Finance Times ranking 2023, where we were the highest placed business school in Scotland. The FT has also placed our executive MBA in the top 100 in the world. This year, SBS secured silver level Athena Swan status for our work to advance gender equality. The award recognises policies and cultures which build a positive working environment for staff of all genders and at all levels. Examples include flexible working hours, fair and transparent recruitment and promotion policies and practice, and strong mentoring, training and career development opportunities. SBS underwent 2 very successful accreditation visits by the international accreditation bodies, AMBA and AACSB. SBS has triple accreditation status which puts us into the elite status of business schools in the world, with only 0.7% of business schools worldwide achieving this accolade. A new institute's been launched that puts communities at the heart of transition to a sustainable future. The Strathclyde Institute of Sustainable Communities, believed to be the first of its kind in the UK, is a centre of research excellence that will examine the role communities could play in sustainability. The Fraser Valander Institute and the Centre for Health Policy in the University of Strathclyde have been awarded £1.2 million to establish a new policy and research unit as part of the major programme of work to improve health and tackle inequalities in Scotland. The award from the Health Foundation will ensure significant new research and knowledge exchange activities are focused on accelerating efforts to improve health and reduce inequalities in Scotland. And the three-year programme will provide greater independent voice and scrutiny in Scottish policy debates with a focus on the socio-economic drivers of ill health. Now, these examples are just a small sample of the wide-ranging activities and successes from our university in the last year. It's upon these past achievements that we will build our future and achieve the goals and ambitions we've set for ourselves in the next 5 years or so in our strategic plan, Strathclyde 2030, which was launched earlier this year. And today is a day to look forward to the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, where you will take the knowledge and skills you've acquired during your time here to pursue and realise your aspirations. As you forge your new careers, the university's values of being people-oriented, innovative, collaborative, ambitious and bold will stand you in good stead. Now, in recent years, the world has been shaken by the coronavirus pandemic, while the cost of living crisis and armed conflicts around the globe continue to create uncertainties. And of course, we must tackle our biggest challenge of all, the climate emergency. These challenges demand solutions, and as graduates of Strathclyde and the future leaders of our society, you have a responsibility to use your talents and your education to make a positive impact in the world. Whether you go on to pursue careers in business, science, engineering, politics, or any other field, remember that you have the power to effect change, to inspire others, and to shape the course of history. But power comes with responsibility, and I urge you never to lose sight of the values that have guided you thus far: integrity, humility, empathy. These are the qualities that will set you apart as you navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. And as you step out into the world, you carry with you the knowledge and skills you've acquired during your time with this esteemed institution. But more than that, you carry the spirit of Strathclyde, a spirit of innovation, of collaboration, and of excellence. Strathclyde is also an institution where freedom of thought is encouraged and valued, an institution exemplified by tolerance and inclusivity. We hope that you will continue to demonstrate Strathclyde's socially progressive values and ethos of tolerance, pluralism, and a desire to make a positive difference. I'm confident you'll do this because you go out into the world equipped with that most valuable asset, knowledge. The Strathclyde degree that you now hold in your hands is your passport to success as you rise to meet the challenges ahead. And as you embark on this new chapter of your life, I encourage you to continue learning, embrace new challenges. Remember, the pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong journey, and that success is not measured by what you achieve, but by the impact you make on the world around you. So it's with immense pride we see you graduate today. And though you may be leaving us, we hope you'll continue to stay in touch to let us know how you get on and continue to contribute to Strathclyde, because it's through the involvement of our alumni that we can provide a first-class education, student experience. So we now ask you to think of those who will follow. Finally, I would like to thank the faculty and staff of Strathclyde for their unwavering commitment to excellence and for their dedication to helping our graduates achieve their full potential. And to the families and friends of our graduates, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement and for the wonderful applause during the graduation ceremony. In conclusion, I'd like to congratulate you once again on this momentous achievement. The University of Strathclyde has equipped you with the tools you need to thrive in the years ahead, and I have no doubt you will make us proud. So, go forth with confidence, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you are capable of great things. I wish you every success for the future, and I now declare this congregation closed. Procession, and I would ask families and friends please to remain in the hall until the procession has left the building and then join us in the Learning and Teaching building for refreshments.